Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here, and it's time for this week's weekly adventure. So we have a 1.5, another 1.5, and a 3-star adventure. For this one right here, we have all cards cost 2 less. So this will be both yours and the enemy's. This is a really fun power. Pretty much you can use this on any champion since every champion will benefit from their cards costing 2 less. Now this will be especially useful for Janna, as she really wants cost reduced cards. That's what her whole kit's built around. So having just every single card you play being cost reduced, that'll be very, very good for her. But any champion can use this. Probably want to use maybe some of the cheaper champions so you can play almost your entire deck for free. One thing you're going to want to look for is getting some extra draw with playing cost reduced cards. Sometimes you can just run out of cards to play because you have more mana than cards. So getting some extra draw so you don't run out can be quite strong. If you're playing one of the slower champions and you want to be able to use this to get some of your bigger units out early, just be aware that the enemy's cards are also cost reduced, so try to play a bit more defensively or just prepare for extra enemy aggression since they'll be able to play more cards as well. But really fun power, use this on just about anyone. Cheaper champions probably going to be better because you can just try to overwhelm your opponent early, or just go on Janna and enjoy having every single card proc your star powers. Next up then, we have Repetition, another amazing power, and Search the Seafloor. So now when any player plays a spell, they copy it with the same targets. So just play any of the spells decks, so Annie, Lee Sin, Master Yi, Nami, Echo, Jhin, Janna. There's a whole bunch of decks that like to play a whole bunch of spells. This will be a lot of fun since all your spells are getting duplicated. Another great power, it's great to see that here. Now the enemy has the foe's allies have Nexus Strike, draw 1, so you just want to keep them from being able to hit your Nexus. You're generally trying to do that anyways, so not really that big of a deal here. Last up then, we have Round Start, give each player's strongest unit elusive this round. So this should be yours as well as the enemy since it's each player. So you will have to watch out for the enemy having elusive, but you'll also have an elusive. Then there's the Undying Rage. We've seen this a whole bunch of times, rather annoying. Each round, the first time the foe's units would die, grant them Tough, Overwhelm, and Fearsome. And then the Vicious Enemy that is always here. Now this Sneaky is interesting because it's giving you elusive, so that can help you get around the enemy's Undying Rage and just try to hit the Nexus. The problem is the enemy is also going to have a elusive, so you're probably going to want something that can deal with that one unit. Either go for someone like Yasuo, where every round you're going to stun the enemy's strongest unit, so whatever unit they get elusive is going to be stunned, so then essentially you're just getting elusive every round. Or someone like Annie, where you can use your Guile to also stun their strongest unit, so you can just buff up your one unit and use it to one-shot the Nexus. One strategy you could do here is go with a Corrupted Star Fragment, so your champion can consume your other units to get stronger themselves, to make sure your champion is always this strongest unit so that they will always be the one getting that elusive. That could be another solid strategy for dealing with this. Undying Rage, you've probably played against this a whole bunch of times by this point. You either want to be able to have many ways to kill the enemy opponent, that way you can get through their first cheat death and then work on wiping them all out, or you just want to be able to avoid the enemy units and destroy the Nexus. So having some big overwhelm units that can push through and still deal a lot of damage, or the elusives such as you're getting right here to try to again sneak by and kill the Nexus. Pretty interesting weeklies overall, should be a lot of fun. While the Tritium power is annoying, it's nice that they're kind of giving you one of the answers to try to get around it in the powers themselves. Now you still have to deal with this other strongest elusive, but it is pretty nice and a lot better than just having another annoying epic power here. Should be a pretty fun week. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this weekly and what champions you're using for each one. Alright, I hope you all have a great day and a great week.